Doom Eternal was already a fantastic game. Definitely my game of the year. But, if I'm going to be honest, the battle mode in Eternal just didn't keep me invested. And I decided to take a step away to focus on other games. But on October 20th, a familiar voice called out to me.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
Yes, that's right. It's time for Doom Eternal's first DLC, Ancient Gods Part 1. Doom Eternal was already a fantastic experience. So what can Ancient Gods bring to the table? Well, how about 3 new maps, a new soundtrack, more runes, more demons, more lore, more blood, more marauders, so many more marauders. Basically, it's more of everything that makes Eternal eternal, for better and for worse. So let's get started with my personal favourite, the gameplay. The gameplay is still the same incredibly fast-paced and grueling combat of Eternal, with far more enemies in arenas and a greater combination of heavy demons like cyber demons or even 2 marauders. Even the combat arenas are way smaller, requiring you to be even faster than before. New demons have been added, such as the Spirit, that buffs demons it possesses, requiring you to prioritize them first, unless you want to be reduced to a puddle on the floor. A quick strike of your microwave beam should do the job. To help you deal with these new threats, it has added some new runes which gives small buffs to an already decked out character, such as causing a shockwave when you hit weak points. But they don't allow new ways of tackling a scenario, which is disappointing. Each level has something unique about it, whether that be the blood swamps, where you follow a giant ghost dog to avoid dying in poison, using fans to move between environments in the rig, or on the Maker's level that has giant trees that you can use to traverse the map. It keeps the experience from getting boring, which is important in a fast-paced shooter. Platforming returns and it's still as amazing and as annoying as the base game. If I'm going to be honest, I'd rather platforming that feels like a fun journey to the next location, and not a complete pain in the ass. New bosses have been added and have a lot of attacks that slow you down significantly. I take issue with this, as with most attacks there is usually a way to counter it. The music in Eternal was freaking amazing, but now that Mick Gordon is gone, does that mean the soundtrack is worse? No. It still does have some of the same elements that made Eternal great, but with a new direction. Mick Gordon set the tone, but now it's time to see what someone else can do. The music though doesn't sound as heavy as Eternal's, as if it wasn't mixed correctly, which is rather confusing. Doom Eternal was already a beautiful game, but Ancient Gods is even more beautiful. Blood Swamps, Urdak, and the rig are some of the most well-designed locations in Eternal. The Blood Swamps is a gorgeous yet haunting landscape, with massive corpses littering the landscape. It's like a plague doctor's wet dream. The world of the Makers looks far more lush and vibrant. And the rig map looks a lot like Phobos in Doom 2016. Massive hulking structures, control rooms, but with a real sense of verticality that helps make it distinct. The story of Ancient Gods takes place after the end of Eternal. After killing the Khanmaker, a literal god, the realm of heaven has been left wide open to be invaded by the demons. The Doomslayer will have to awake an ancient power, long thought forgotten, to stop the forces of hell before it's too late. The story has a lot of really interesting lore to sink your teeth into, and massive implications on the world of the Doomslayer. It's really nice to see a DLC that actually feels worth your money. The game only clocks in at a few hours, but the story never feels rushed. You're always given enough time to absorb the narrative, instead of being moved along immediately like a theme park ride. Ancient Gods Part 1 is a fantastic return to the Doom Eternal formula, and I can't wait to see what comes next, especially after that ending. Who knows? Thank you for listening to my review. I'll have more videos coming out, and I hope this style worked. I don't know what I'll do for Cyberpunk. Maybe keep it the same way. I have loads of ideas going for that review. Anyway, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.